Hello, welcome to Target Renegades on the C64. This came out 88, I think, released by Imagine or Ocean. And it's not a coin-op conversion, it's a sequel to a coin-op conversion. So let's get started. So it being the sequel to Renegade, obviously it's a beat 'em up. You control this sort of biker looking bloke with his long hair. I suppose he's a bit influenced by the Warriors, that sort of film. Now immediately you can see that the graphics are quite good. Nice use of high-res overlays, and unlike Golden Axe, you know, there's more than one opponent on the screen at any one time. We have two opponents on screen, and sometimes we have quite a big bike. There we go. Now, we consider that all these sprites are using high-res overlay, then you know, that's the programmer Dave Collier. He's obviously got quite a good sprite multiplexer going here, but it just makes you wonder why Golden Axe could only manage just the one opponent. I mean, the enemies weren't much bigger than they are in this game. I said in my review of Final Fight, it would have been nice if I could have had a beat 'em up that had the polish of Golden Axe and the sort of gameplay of Final Fight. And well, this is pretty much what Target Renegade manages to achieve. It's got the polish, and the gameplay is pretty good. As far as these sort of scrolling beat 'em ups go, I mean, this is probably the best you're going to find on the 64, at least. I mean, Renegade, the conversion was okay on the 64, but it suffered from, well, the graphics were a bit blocky, but they're okay. There were quite a lot of enemies on screen, but the controls were terrible. They tried to base it on the coin-op, which meant you had to use a combination of the joystick and three keyboard buttons, which just no, I like this. The guy grabs you and the other guy beats the crap out of you. yeah. The controls in Renegade are just too clunky. And at least in this game, they've managed to simplify the controls, and you can do quite a few moves. It's not bad considering it's using a one-button joystick. Plus, you can pick up, you know, weapons and swing them around. Now, if you've played this on the ZX Spectrum, it's a terrific game on the Spectrum, but you're probably wondering about the two-player modes. Well, unfortunately, there isn't a two-player mode on the 64 version, which is a shame because on the Spectrum the two-player mode is great, great fun. But sadly, it's not here. And also, the music's fairly similar to the Spectrum version, but the order that the music appears in is different. So it might sound a little strange if you're used to the Spectrum version. One thing You might have noticed that as the little eyes at the bottom of the screen when you move around, and sometimes they react if you get punched, and it's quite similar to what Doom used to do, but this is obviously released quite a few years before Doom, so it certainly did come up with that idea. Yeah, once you get to the end of the level, the music stops and reverts to sound effects, and you can hear the sound effects aren't very good, to be honest. They're certainly not in the same league as the sound effects in Golden Axe. So. Get the phone. Now, this is a multi-load, but it's quite well done. There's 3 levels in the first load and 2 levels in the second load, so it's not like you spend a lot of time waiting for it to load. So. This level you've got to fend off ladies of the night and their pimps. The pimp's got a gun, so you've got to be careful, but he's only got 6 bullets, then he starts attacking with his cane. But he's quite nasty. Oops, that's probably not the end of the bell. It's interesting, it's very hard to do a flying kick against anybody. You can only seem to do it if you're holding a weapon, or do it against the bikes in the first level, but you can't normally do it against normal opponents. So I guess in a way that's okay, because that sort of balances the game out a bit. Well, I must admit, the music on this level gets a bit annoying. It's just fairly repetitive. You see sometimes the sprites do go a bit weird. I think as the multiplex sort. There's too many sprites in a row. I think it drops the high res overlay sometimes. Just occasionally, very occasionally. I think the player sprites, and the opponents, I mean, they all look terrific. I think with these overlays. They look like, you know, something from an early sort of Atari ST game or something. I like the sounds and the music in this one. It reminds me of some of the music from the Fred Gray wrote for Frankie Goes to Hollywood. It's got that sort of similar sound. Well, that's pretty much all I can show you of the gameplay of Target Renegade. You get the idea. It's a scrolling beat 'em up, but as I said before, it's probably, if not the best, it's certainly among the best that you'll find on a 64. What we're going to rate it? Well, it still plays quite well actually. I always quite liked this back in the day, and I still think it's okay. It's pretty oops, plays pretty well. the difficulty level is quite decent. I think it can be challenging, but it's certainly possible to complete. It's not too easy. So yeah, I think it's the gameplay is quite well done. So yeah, I'll give this I'll give this 8. I'll give it 8.5. Yeah, I'll give this 8.5 out of 10. I think, because yeah, I still think it's a pretty good game. Right, well, that's all for this video, and shall see you in the next video.